It's Wednesday, January 29th, 2020. Here's what's happening. Fredonia wins a $500,000 transformation, plus how a local basketball game raises money for those fighting cancer.
And you can see the cloudy skies over Presque Isle Beach right now, but is there any more snow in the forecast? We'll talk about it next. News Now at noon starts right now.
From the team that puts coverage first, this is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Our top story, the village of Fredonia has won a $500,000 transformation on the hit reality show Small Business Revolution. Last night, the show's host, Amanda Brinkman, announced the news. Fredonia's small business owners have to apply to be featured on the program. They also must write in what makes their business special and what changes will be made. When Grace Czekowski first entered her hometown to win, she was hopeful they would come out on top, and being able to tell her neighbors that happened at a pep rally last night made it even more special.
I'm a little emotional, honestly, but I'm so excited. This has really been such a collaborative effort. Getting all of the people from the community to really kind of work towards something together has been so inspiring, so I can't wait to see what's next.
Now, this month, the village made the top 5 list after it was previously announced they were in the top 10. Filming for Season 5 will begin the first week of March. And a city of Jamestown woman is facing several charges following a domestic dispute Tuesday afternoon at a Foote Avenue address. Jamestown police say that 22-year-old Vermilinette Torres Rodriguez allegedly entered a residence without permission and damaged property while there. Furthermore, Torres Rodriguez also allegedly violated an order of protection to stay away from that house. Officers say she was taken into custody after they found her hiding in the attic space of the home. Police say Torres Rodriguez was held at Jamestown City Jail pending arraignment in the case. And a city of Jamestown woman was charged for allegedly driving while intoxicated following a traffic stop early this morning. Jamestown police say that 43-year-old Veronica Snow was stopped in her red sedan near the intersection of West 4th and West 3rd Streets just before 1:30 a.m. While speaking with her, police determined she was allegedly operating while intoxicated. Snow was taken to Jamestown City Jail, where she submitted a chemical breath test to determine her blood alcohol concentration. Officers say that test yielded a BAC of 0.18%. Snow faces several charges. Police say she was released and is scheduled to appear in court at a later date. And the city of Jamestown has several new department leaders. This week, Jamestown City Council approved appointments made by Mayor Eddie Sundquist. Jennifer Williams will serve as the city's clerk, and treasurer, while Crystal Sudike will serve as the city's director of development, and Elia Ramandu was appointed Corporation Counsel and Human Resources for the municipality. That group was sworn in during Monday's City Council voting session. Current Public Works Director Jeffrey Lehman and Comptroller Joseph Bellito will remain in their positions until Bellito retires later this year. Well, hopefully everybody is having a wonderful day out there. Thanks so much for joining us here on WNY News Now on this Wednesday. Let's check in with the comments and say hello to Grant. Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks for being here. Got to say hello to Joseph as well, and hello to Lori. Hopefully you all are having a great day. Let's switch gears and get a check of our First Defense weather forecast. And we're doing things a little differently today. Forecaster Andrew Stevenson joins us live from outside our downtown studio, where things look a little chilly out there right now, Andrew.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. It is cloudy out here and chilly. My hands are starting to freeze out here, but cold, but at least it's not snowing out there. Let's take a look at the First Defense Doppler radar, and not much to write home about out there right now. It's going to be a cloudy day, some breaks of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures today will be in the mid to upper 20s into the low 30s, and clouds are going to hang stubborn throughout the afternoon. We'll see some sunshine can break out. Chief forecaster Dakota Hunter will have the weather coming up in just a couple of minutes, but there's no real sign of any deep cold weather, no real sign of any snowstorms coming up, so that's good. I'm going to throw it back to you now for Justin, and Dakota will be up in just a little bit with the full forecast details.
All right, Andrew, thank you so much. Please stay warm out there. Coming up, more local news to tell you about why Ellicott police are warning residents about a new phone scam. And later on, how a local basketball team in Falconer is helping those battling cancer. The details as WNY News Now continues.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
And welcome back. A new phone scam is making its rounds through our area, claiming customers' accounts with AT&T have been suspended. Town of Ellicott police officials say the calls come from a 1-800 number, and scammers are asking residents for the last 4 digits of their social security number. Additionally, officials say the scammers tend to change their supposed name and number often. Police are reminding residents to always be cautious when phone callers ask for personal information like a social security number or an account login. They say those with questions regarding their account should contact the company directly. And a legislative proposal in New York would go further than states across the U.S. over how much marijuana a person could have before getting in trouble with the law. The bill, backed by a number of Democrats in both chambers, would allow people over 21 to have 3 ounces of marijuana. The standard, if approved, would set one of the most lenient marijuana policy thresholds in the nation. Supporters of the proposal say that the higher possession thresholds would help prevent people from getting wrapped up in the criminal justice system. A competing proposal from Governor Andrew Cuomo would only permit people to have 1 ounce of marijuana. Dispensaries under that plan would be allowed to sell 1 ounce of marijuana per person per day. States across the nation have legalized marijuana, but many cap legal possessions at 1 ounce, according to the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws. And a new study suggests the number of young people trying the e-cigarette Juul doesn't appear to be decreasing. Mandy Gaither explains more.
It's a hot button issue with 60 deaths and more than 2,600 lung injury linked hospitalizations associated with vaping, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. A new study published in the Pediatric Journal of the American Medical Association says last year, the number of those between the ages of 15 and 34 who tried the e-cigarette Juul increased from about 6% in 2018 to 13.5% in 2019. Use was highest among those between the ages of 18 and 20, and for those participants between 21 and 24. In the months after the study's data were collected, Juul removed many flavored products from the U.S. market, citing underage use. But researchers say findings of this study underscore the critical need for increased e-cigarette product regulation at federal, state, and local levels. I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, Mandy, thank you. The study found a number of factors linked to those who have tried Juul, including living in a home where someone used e-cigarettes and the belief that vaping is less harmful than the cigs. Well, your brain weighs about 3 pounds, Mr. Hunter, and while exercising it might not help us shed any weight, it could help us keep our mind sharp. And that's because today, January 29th, is National Puzzle Day, and it's a great excuse to spend a few minutes playing your favorite brain game. Think jigsaw, crossword, Sudoku, or anything that challenges you to think. Puzzles are also a great solo activity or fun way to spend time with your friends. Just be sure not to get too competitive. Your brain will thank you for a little time devoted towards its well-being.
How many puzzles did you work on as a kid?
Oh my gosh.
What was your favorite puzzle?
Puzzles were like my favorite thing ever. I guess my favorite probably would be what's on the screen now.
Yeah,
the
crosswords.
words. Yeah. But I don't know. It's like as I got older, I kind of just lost interest a little bit in the puzzles. But my grandfather is the puzzle king, especially word searches and what's the one where you put them in the word? It's not a search, but you like write them in. What's that called? I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm
is.
talking about. You
Yeah,
guys
I
know what
what
I'm
you're
talking
thinking
about.
It's like the squares.
Yeah, it was on the screen.
Yeah.
It was on the video we had. So
Are you talking about crosswords?
yes, crossword puzzles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Different than word searches. So pretty cool. And he's a master at those. I mean, because normally, like say in the newspaper, for example, right? You'll get that puzzle page, and you just phrases or whatever clue, and then you got to guess the word. I mean, that's for me. That's way too difficult. It's like, whoa, I don't know.
Yeah. Just find a word in a mixed up bunch of letters, and then you find the word, then you just circle it.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I know
days.
So let us know if you're enjoying the puzzle. Seth says it's a crossword. Yes, Seth,
Yes.
we're the dummies.
Crosswords.
We don't know.
Yes.
We should do more of them.
Actually, come to think of it, one of my favorite puzzles really isn't like, a puzzle that you piece together or like word searches. It's like password. It's like, password plus and super password. When those came out, they had a puzzle that, each clue actually contained to a person, place, or thing, and you had a puzzle that you had to figure out.
That is pretty cool.
So
that is pretty cool.
that's one of my favorite puzzles.
Gotta say hello to Renee. Hopefully you're doing well. She says she loves word searches. Hello to Joe, TR, and David. Hopefully you're doing well. He says, new guy on the weather. Andrew did a great job. Andrew's been with us for...
Andrew's been here for almost a year now.
Yeah.
It'll be coming up in a year, I think, next month.
Almost a year, but he's been doing a lot of behind the scenes. He'll help produce graphics. He'll sometimes write the weather story that we have up on our website and mobile app. So breaking out of his shell. Very proud of him, and he does a great job.
Yes.
I mean, really.
He's also my math checker. When I'm back there crunching numbers, I always ask him, can you verify this for me to make sure that's right? Anyway, let's take a look at this. This is one of the graphics Andrew helped me with, calculating seasonal snow. So let's talk about this. So far this season, we're at 40.1 inches for snowfall this year, and that is below average. We should be near 61. Ooh, I am tall. There.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
I'm really big there.
What
Anyway,
happened?
Maybe I should just crouch down and do weather like that today. There I am. There we go. There's like 40.1.
That's something right there.
40.1 inches. I'm sorry. 40.1 inches so far this season. We should be near 61.2 inches this year, and that's a 21.1 inch deficit. Where we were last year, 67.1 inches of snow last year at this time. So we are running below average, and obviously where we were last year. News Now, Cam, again, the gray skies downtown. Andrew showed it to you on the live shot earlier. We're at 28 at noon hour with a variable wind of 3. So with a light wind, we don't really have a wind chill index, but this is below average, and it's going to stay that way pretty much through the day today. So at 1 o'clock, I think we're going to have more cloud cover today. So our temperatures are really not going to respond today because of the cloud cover. So it'll be around 28. By the time we go to 5 o'clock, maybe only dipping off 1 degree, maybe down to 27. Then tonight, the skies will clear. We're likely going to dip down into the teens, some spots in the valleys, likely in the single digits to start tomorrow morning. Ouch! So here's what's coming up here. So it's dry through the rest of the week. It's boring kind of weather. We're going to be bored, but hey, our boredom is your gain. Get out and do anything you want to do outside. Temperatures slip back by tomorrow morning. So again, some spots in the teens, and some spots especially in the single digits. So it's going to be a cold morning tomorrow, peekaboo sun tomorrow afternoon, and then it turns warmer again next week. This is the upper air winds at the 500 millibar level, and you can see that trough goes off the east coast, and then you can see the jet stream pulling northward. The jet stream pulling north means it's going to bring warmer air from the south into the northeast, and we're going to warm up into the 40s come next week. You'll see it in the 7-day forecast. in just a second here. So satellite and radar composite, this storm system down here to the south is not going to impact us. This is going to go out to sea, and that's not going to impact us at all. But as we take you back to the northeast, you can see just the socked-in cloud cover pretty much across western New York. That's the way it's going to be today. I think we may see some peekaboo sun, but it's going to be a very limited chance. Super Bowl this Sunday. It is the San Francisco 49ers versus the Kansas City Chiefs in Miami. So for the game, kickoff at 6:30, around 66 degrees. It's going to be a nice night down in Florida for some football. Whoever you're rooting for, NFC, AFC, whoever it is, hope that they have a good win and go whoever it is that you're rooting for. All right, zone forecast very quickly. Inland areas today, this is below average. Again, some spots maybe around 30. Again, some spots, especially in the valley locations, will likely be held down into the upper 20s through the day. But come on, where's the sun, man? Where is it? Next 7 days of your life coming up. And 31 degrees tomorrow. We're being optimistic. We may get a little bit more sun in here tomorrow afternoon, but you know how the clouds are around here. They don't really clear out very much. Friday, more clouds, 32. The weekend, you know, that storm we talked about yesterday, forget about it. That's going to go off the coast, not going to impact us at all. But we could see some rain and snow showers both Saturday and Sunday. The next Tuesday is still in question. Will it be a mix of rain and snow or rain at this point? That's temperature dependent on the track of another storm system. Jay and Norm?
All right, Dakota, thank you very much. Norm's here now with a look at what's coming up in sports.
Yes, Justin. Up next, 2 Rebels hockey players received the weekly accolade. We will tell you that and more when WNY News Now returns.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Hump Day, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. On Tuesday, one Rebels player was named the NAHL's Eastern Division Second Star of the Week, while another reeled in an honorable mention. Eric Olson, a forward for the Rebels in 2 games against the Maryland Black Bears over the weekend, totaled 4 points in the 2 games. In both games, Olsen scored 1 goal and dished 1 assist. Noah West, a goaltender for the Rebels, reeled in the honorable mention after the 2 games he played between the pipes against Maryland, saving 59 out of 64 shots, good for a 92.2 save percentage. Jonathan Young of the Northeast Generals was named the Eastern Division's First Star of the Week. Sticking with hockey, earlier this morning, the Buffalo Sabres recalled goaltender Jonas Johansson from the Rochester Americans, the Sabres minor league affiliate. In the AHL this season, Johansson has gone 13-3-3 with a 92.5 save percentage playing between the pipes for Rochester. The move comes after goaltender Linus Ullmark sustained a lower body injury during the Sabres' 5-2 loss versus the Ottawa Senators on Tuesday night. Johansson has yet to play in an NHL game. On national TV tonight at 7:30, the 19-26 Brooklyn Nets will host the 17-31 Detroit Pistons. Brooklyn is coming off of a 110-97 loss over the New York Knicks in their last game last Sunday. The Nets are currently in 8th place in the Eastern Conference. In 10th in the East, Detroit is on a 3-game skid, including a 115-100 loss against the Cleveland Cavaliers on Monday. The game will be televised on ESPN and the Yes Network. That's it for sports today. Back to Justin and Dakota.
All right, Norm, thank you very much. Well, an annual event to raise money to help those diagnosed with cancer took place last night. Hoops for Hospice, hosted by the Falconer girls basketball team, raised $1,600 that will be donated to the Hospice of Chautauqua County in honor of 1990 Falconer Central School graduate Heather Edberg, who lost her battle with sarcoma in 2013. The team's coach and event organizer, Emily Shalino, says she's so proud of her girls for not only raising the money, but also winning the game. Furthermore, Shalino says the group is expected to raise even more funds after counting proceeds from the baked sale and basket raffle. Dakota, for over 30 years, Hospice of Chautauqua County has provided comfortable end-of-life care to patients and their families battling cancer. So certainly amazing to see that they've raised that funds, and really every year it seems like the hospice basketball game only gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's incredible to see the hard work of the community, and especially Falconer. I know I'm a little biased because that's where I hail from, but nice to see them always come together. Always happy to share.
And, you know, events like that are just so impactful. They're so meaningful to have events like that. And, you know, I think it's just a sign that, the community will come together for things like this. And, you know, it's the same way with, like, it's, what is it there at JHS? Penny Wars. Yeah. It's like, every year, all the classes raise pennies. We put them in containers. And then, essentially when we go to battle of the classes, it's all counted up. And all that money from all the classes essentially goes to a local organization or a family who's battling cancer or whatever it is. And I mean, to have our local schools and doing stuff like that is fantastic. So
yeah, certainly is. And, we thank them for it. Got to say hello to Renee. She says, Dakota, we do need more sun, and I think Mr. Hunter had said it is kind of cloudy and gray outside, but it is what you make it, as always.
Well, it's hard to clear out the cloud cover around here. It doesn't really work very well around here. We can't really clear it out too well. So as you can see behind us here, this is something we debuted yesterday. How do you like this?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so essentially,
there's your graphics.
Yeah, so essentially this is the Super Bowl forecast being held in Miami this Sunday. So 66 at kickoff, down to 64 by the fourth quarter. It's going to be a great game for football. Now, as we get closer to home, and we take a look at that 7-day, again, 31 tomorrow, sun will peak in and out tomorrow, but again, I think we'll have the cloud cover around. It's hard to clear out the cloud cover around, essentially around here this time of the year. The weekend, we told you about that weekend storm. Forget about it. All the models are showing it going way off the coast, so that's not going to be an issue, but we could see some rain and snow showers both Saturday and Sunday, and then it turns milder again by next week.
All right, Dakota, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, guys, that's going to do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading our mobile app. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. We are back tomorrow and hope to see you then. Great day.